Every week, Pro Football Weekly checks in with our fantasy football expert, William Del Pilar. We call it Del Pilar's Digest. William, first question. How highly do you rate the backup running backs from good running teams that are currently playing, like Marion Barber or C.J. Spiller? And would you put them ahead of a normal starter like a Sean Green or a Cedric Benson?
It all depends, really, on who that player is. Marion Barber was a starter, and C.J. Spiller was drafted to be a starter. And with Fred Jackson going down, now he assumes that role. So it depends on the matchup. Yes, I do view those two the equal of a Sean Green and even a Kevin Smith. However, let's say Marion Barber did go down and it was Khalil Bell. Then you kind of take a step back and reassess the situation. So it all boils down to who the player is and the matchup. But those players do match up with Sean Green very well. So you do see who they're playing against.
Obviously, could be really important down the stretch here. You could rely on guys like that to win a championship. That's just how fantasy football works. The Indianapolis Colts are interesting. We know they're trying to avoid an 0-16 season. They're still playing hard for Jim Caldwell. Is there anyone on that offense that's worth playing? I mean, Dan Orlovsky put up big numbers last week.
You know, he did post big numbers, and Garcon and Reggie Wayne, Pierre Garcon and Reggie Wayne both benefited. However, their matchup plays in terms of the receivers. But do you really want a chance of Orlovsky facing the Ravens this week? And then the Titans, who are playing really good football defensively, and then ended in Week 16 with the Houston Texans? You really don't want to chance that, so you sit there and bench him. But he does make Garcon and Wayne viable down the stretch.
Yeah, even bad teams still have good fantasy players. The Saints running back situation is just kind of it's real dicey right now. They have four guys that theoretically you could be putting in your lineup. Mark Ingram scored the last few weeks, but he's kind of dinged up a little bit. You know, Darren Sproles has been good, but he's not. None of them are every down backs. How do you sort out this mess?
Well, you know, when we were talking about this off camera, I completely forgot about Darren Sproles. He's your one given running back that you can start because of his PPR skills, and he's able to turn a reception into a long touchdown. So he's always good for a flex back or easily a number 3 type role. Now, the other two, Ingram and Pierre Thomas, if Ingram's hurt, get Pierre Thomas in there, because when Ingram was hurt before, Pierre Thomas responded with about 60 yards and a TD, but he was good for that. Both those backs make injury fill-ins or flex-type plays based off the matchup because of the potent Saints offense. But that's all you want out of those backs. Don't overanalyze that situation.
I've had Ingram stashed on my bench for like all year, and finally the last couple of weeks I've started to see some sort of benefit from drafting him. We appreciate you joining us, William, for the best fantasy football information around. Be sure to check us out at ProFootballWeekly.com.